Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here still in Scotland, and I'm actually at a place that I've dreamed about going to for a long time. When I was a kid, I used to see the Black Watch come in Madison Square Garden and play Scottish bagpipes, drums, and here I am at the Black Watch Museum and Castle, and this is really where it's all about. I'm here with Fiona Kona, who is the curator of the museum. We're going to talk to you a little bit about what's here, what your clients can see, and how you can really experience the Black Watch. And this is Insider Travel Report. Now, Fiona, first of all, great to see you. Thank you for agreeing to interview me with me. And we're here in front of this amazing castle. Let's talk a little bit about the castle. What does it date from, and how long has it been part of the Black Watch?
Well, the castle, we believe there's been a settlement here since the 12th century,
Right.
but the castle that you see here today initially dates back to 1625 or so, and started off as an L-shaped tower. But then in the mid 19th century, the owners, the Hay family, restored and extended the whole castle in the Scottish baronial style, which you can see surrounding this old tower.
It's a beautiful tower. It's like that's gorgeous, and then you've made it into a whole center here. And
It belonged to the Hay family, the Earls of Connaught, for many generations. Then it passed on to different owners, but it was then bought by the Ministry of Defence in the run-up to the Second World War. In the Second World War, it was the home of the Women's ATS, and then in 1960, when Perth Barracks was decommissioned, the kind of home of the regiment at that point, the regimental headquarters moved to Bahousie Castle, and so did the museum, and it remained there under regimental control up until the amalgamation of the Black Watch Regiment in 2006 into the Royal Regiment of Scotland. And at that point, the castle was purchased by the Black Watch Association to create a home for its museum.
yeah. So, and what is in the museum per se? It's a museum of the regiment and the history of the Black Watch, right?
Indeed, yes. So the museum starts with the formation of the independent companies in 1725, and it's these independent companies that come together to form the Black Watch. And it covers everything from their early days right through up until the amalgamation in 2006.
Now, what was the Black Watch? But why is it called the Black Watch?
Oh, well.
That's
So the independent companies were created in order to watch over the Highlands of Scotland in this period where there's lots of turmoil and conflict with the rise of the Jacobites and different tensions that had been created since the union of crowns and parliaments. And so initially their first job was to watch. And although we don't know for certain, the theory is that because of the dark tartan worn by the soldiers at the time, this is where the idea of the Black Watch comes.
So it is a dark tartan. It's like dark green and black.
And black,
That's
yes.
it. So yeah, very distinctive. And how did they become such a famous? I mean, here I knew about the Black Watch when I was a kid because they used to come over and you have the Black Watch band and the pipes and drums, and that's how I knew what the Black Watch was.
Well, the Black Watch is the oldest Highland regiment, so the oldest Kilter regiment, and they have they've worked all across the globe. So, for instance, in the 18th century, they were in the Americas, and many of the soldiers who went over did in fact settle in the Americas after that too.
Oh, so we got a few over here during the Revolutionary War. Okay, so let me go.
And we also have links with such as the Canadian Black Watch and links in Australia and New Zealand. So there's a kind of worldwide links with affiliated regiments and battalions. But I think just that we believe that the Black Watch have been involved in every major conflict apart from the Falklands War. So
They've been
very visible.
But they also were very visible, like they were doing tours in America with the pipes and drums.
Yes. Well,
That's how I knew.
the Pipes and Drums have done many tours, in particular one in the 1960s where they performed for JFK on the White House lawn just a few days before his assassination. And
amazing.
as a result, the Black Watch Pipes and Drums were then invited by Jackie Kennedy to play at his funeral.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, as far as I believe, the only non-American band.
Yeah, well, and it is such. I mean, it was for me. I saw them in the old Madison Square Garden. That's how old I am. Before they made it, and this is it's just as amazing how it's really the history of this regiment and how much it's become such a essential thing to see, and they represent Scotland really.
Definitely. And so many of their descendants are all around the world. So we have lots of overseas visitors come in who are looking to see what they can find out about their ancestors.
That's I'm of Scottish descent for my sins, I guess, but I come from the border states. But for me, my dad loved to take us to the Black Watch when they came in to play the pipes and drums. And then when I came here, I used to go to the Tattoo in Edinburgh, and I'm sure they've performed there as well.
I believe so, yeah.
So what the experience here, what exactly do you have here? We have a nice cafe. We're going to have lunch here a little later, and then we go to the museum, and I think you got some other things here. What are the things you have here?
So, as you said, we have an excellent bistro, so lots of refreshments available, a wonderful shop as well. But the museum itself has artifacts, dating from the 18th century all the way through, the stories told. You can come and visit yourself, but you can also attend our daily guided tours. They run twice a day in the summer and once in the winter. But obviously, we also have large tour groups coming in, and we arrange those out of hours. And we try to make this place a place for the community as well. The ultimate aim of ourselves as a trust is to promote the welfare of those who served, and we do that through helping them financially if needed, through providing a base for comradeship as well. And through memorial, and with the Black Watch Museum being the ultimate memorial, our aim is to share as many stories of those who served as possible. And that's what we try to do with our exhibitions, with our learning programs, and with our events programs. We have different events.
Do you have events with music too?
Sometimes we do, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I came. I want to see the pipes and drums.
Yes, so we sometimes have pipes and drums and things. I think we're hoping to have the cadets later in the year come and play with us. Okay. But we do special evenings marking at particular anniversaries, such as the D-Day landings. I think we're hoping to hold something later in the year that will involve music, and we try to take as much as we can from the archive as possible and use the voices of those who served. But we have things like activity days, when we might have a theme such as the Second World War, and then children can come along and we'll sign them up. They can do various activities and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, and that's what as a kid, I would have loved that. Absolutely. Well, Fiona, I want to thank you for taking a little time to tell us all about the Black Watch. And it's one of these regiments that for me, has always represented Scotland. It was one of the first pipes and drums I ever saw in the United States. And then I've loved to, the idea of coming here and seeing this. So you can send your clients here. Now, where can our audience, our travel advisors, our travel agents go to learn more about the URL, whatever it is about this museum and the castle?
Well, our website has very comprehensive information on it, and also the contact details of anybody you might need to.
And what is the URL for that?
It is www.theblackwatch.co.uk.
That's pretty easy. Okay. Well, Fiona, again, thank you so much. And now we're going to have a little meal, a little lunch, and then I think we're going to take a tour around the museum. So I'm looking forward to that.
I hope you enjoy yourself.
I intend to. Thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.